What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And UFC 319 Khamzat Chimaev vs Drizz Duplexi just took place, just finished up about half an hour ago at the time of recording, and Khamzat Chimaev won by domination, 50-44 decision across the board. I thought there could have been an argument for like 50-42, to be honest. I thought Khamzat won the first, third, and fourth round all by 10-8. I gave the second round to Khamzat 10-9, and then I guess you give him the fifth round 10-9 as well. That was Drikk's best round of the fifth, just because he had a little bit of a moment, but the story of this fight was literally just Khamzat Chimaev ground control. He got to the body lock, he got his takedowns. I really thought Drizz would do a bet. I was anticipating a Khamzat win in round 1 and 10-8 in the first, but I was not anticipating him to just keep having success in the grappling. I thought Drizz would build as the fight went on. He was just unable to mount any fucking momentum at all. Like, even when he had a little bit of a moment in the fifth, it was like 5 seconds. And then he immediately is back on bottom. Or when he had that, I won't even say near in, but like, when he briefly threatens the rear naked choke, he immediately lost it. Like, there was no, more than a 10-second period where you thought, oh, hang on, Drizz is in this. It was literally just Khamzat, takedowns, got them, gets to the back, it was like the first, third, and fourth was just, he would just get that crucifix, he would pin that arm, and just do his little fucking jerkmate punches, just do his little gooning punches, not even like actual like hitting him with just little side hammer fists, incapable of actually doing damage, but just causing, just racking up numbers and not threatening to get the fight stopped in any way. Like, there was no moment where you looked at that and was like, ref might step. There was no move fighter. There was none of that. It was just, Khamzat dominating in the on the ground, just side control the whole time. I really thought Drikk's defensive grappling would be better. My anticipation was he would get taken down, but he would work back up. He would sort himself out. He would fix that. But no, not to be. I guess he just looked fucking mid as shit. I don't know. Takedown defense was awful. I mean, Khamzat's wrestling is just very good. I think the question we have to just say is, how fucking strong is Khamzat, and just how good is Kamaru Usman? Because that was and I know everyone says short notice. It was not short notice for Khamzat. He had a full camp preparing for Paulo Costa. Where, do we really think Khamzat drastically changed his fucking game plan? So that was my thing of oh, look, Usman was able to kind of stuff the takedowns later on, put it on him a little bit. I thought Drizz would do the same. Seems like Khamzat's wrestling is just that fucking good. Fair play to him, good job. Got a performance bonus, which, yeah, I guess, sure. It was relatively boring at times. The first round he got him down, he's like, fucking hell, this dude's crazy. And then, as the fight went on, it kind of just became oh, it's just more of this. And I want to say, even though I did pick Drizz Duplexi by decision, I did get that fight wrong. I got the main event wrong. I did pretty mid on picks overall. But I did say the fight was going to go decision, and everyone's fence city take on this was just Khamzat round 1 sub or Drizz by late TKO, and I'm I think this is a really good chance to go decision. I'm really annoyed at myself because I was going to bet more money on the fight to go decision. I didn't. I had an awful night of betting. I lost near $200. Really, really bad night for me. A lot of people sold there, but regardless, I did kind of think this not was going to be mid. I didn't think this was worse than what I thought it would be. Not that the fight was just horribly boring, but I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be quite this just one-sided for the whole time. I thought even if Khamzat won a decision, which I thought was possible, I was oh, it'll be a 48-47, 49-46. It'll be back and forth. Drizz will have moments. I did not anticipate a 50-44 or near arguable 50-43 or 50-42. I did not anticipate this. Fair play to Khamzat. Khamzat can fight the winner of Baralio Imavov next. Duplexi can fight RDR. Fluffy can fight Strickland. And yeah, you can just do that. Whittaker RDR. Not Whittaker RDR. Sorry. RDR Duplexi is the fight to make. It would have been an iffy title shot to give to RDR if Drizz had won this. With a loss, though, that's for sure the fight to make. And yeah, Khamzat, I know some people were talking about maybe RDR sneaks in there. I think that was really only if Drizz won. I could really fucking see Khamzat calling out Sean Strickland or some shit. I'm glad he didn't do that from what I heard. Hopefully the UFC sticks with merit and just does the Imavov Baralio winner. At this point, I'm just going to have to pick Khamzat. I can't trust anyone to I can't pick anyone to not get subbed in the first round. Because Drakkar is like that was why I picked Drakkar to survive the first. Because like everyone who was picking Khamzat, except for like Bedtime, everyone else all picked Khamzat by round 1 sub. Bedtime picked him by decision, so good job there. He got that right. But like everyone else was like, yeah, Khamzat's gonna run him over round 1 sub, and I was like, I don't think he is. Like Drakkar is I feel like he's a very survivable grappler. And he was, but he was just not able to get up at all. So I just can't, is a Mavov got fucking ragdolled by Brennan Allen in the first round. Like, I think a Mavov's underrated, but I just can't. I can't pick a Mavov to stuff the takedowns and put on a defensive masterclass and keep it on the feet. Like, I don't know, Baralio, I just don't think anyone is going to be as physical and difficult to submit as Drakkar. So, at this point, Khamzat just going to beat everyone he fights. For his sake, hopefully he will actually fucking be active and not just fight once every year. He said he wants to turn around Abu Dhabi October with the winner of Baralio or Mavov, but that's not really a realistic timeline. And they've already got Aspinall gone. It would feel weird to put Khamzat in a co-main event. So, I don't know, do Khamzat on the first card of the year. If they're not going, they're probably going to do Ilya on the first couple. Do a Khamzat or Ilya or whatever. I don't know, but I could really see. I know Khamzat can fight in the US, but I could really see the Saudis and the Abu Dhabis just paying out money, buying out another pay-per-view there, so they get 2 pay-per-views a year, so Khamzat can get more than just 1 fight in a year, because this division is going to be so dead if we get Khamzat's next fight in the second half of next year or some shit. He didn't take much damage. He should be able to turn around later in the year, which would be cool. But realistically, we're probably seeing Khamzat next year on the new TV deal. Anyway, that'll do it for that fight. Let's move on, though, to the co-main event. Lauron Murphy, bruv. Hey, we beat the Leon Edwards allegations with this one. Leon Edwards has never done that in anyone in his life. I mean, yeah, he head kicked KO'd Usman, but crazy knockout by Lauron Murphy. Title shot, bro. Title shot. Flatlined Aaron Pico in the first round. Pico was looking good, though. I was low-key shitting myself about this pick. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, we're washed. We are going 4-7 on picks or some shit. But, because Murphy was just getting backed up. He was low-key just getting bitched. Pico came out aggressive, punched him in the body real hard. Takedowns, was looking good. Murphy gets back up. Pico's just aggressive. And then I'm like... And I know someone's going to just say, shut the fuck up, you're lying. I was really tempted to pick Lauron Murphy by TKO. I was actually tempted to go a knee. I actually was thinking, low-key Murphy with a knee, is not a bad call here. Because Pico's chinny to getting caught by wild shit. So I was there was an off chance that Murphy just catches him with something crazy because Pico is very chinnable. Not that shot wouldn't KO literally anyone, but yes, clean spinning back kick or spinning back elbow, I should say. Flatlines Pico out cold on the canvas. Pico looked good though, so I'd be interested to see who the UFC books him against. I don't think the UFC is going to look at this like a Patchy Mix scenario where they turned him around and said, yeah, what's the question? Yeah, kid's fighting Jacob Wilcox on the fucking prelims of UFC 320. I don't think they're going to look at it yeah, we don't care about you anymore. You went to a boring decision. Pico went out there, went out on his shield and got fucking flatlines. It is what it is. I mean, I still would have, genuinely he might have beaten Movza. Pico's actually not a bad style to beat Movza. Maybe we just do that fight and say, fuck Movza, you pulled out. You don't get to run from this one. And see if Movza can pull out a finish. Because if Movza Evlov can finish Aaron Pico, yeah, you might be cooked. But yeah, Movza, you're not getting a title shot, buddy. Volk called Murphy out for December. That's probably going to be the fight to mate. And I'm dreading, even though Murphy had a good performance here, I am still dreading and just fearing the possibility that Lauron Murphy might outpoint Volkanovski and win the belt. Why? Why am I worried that Lauron Murphy, bruv, might outpoint and the low kick and jab his way and push kick his way to a 49-46 decision over Volkanovski? That is a reality that actually might fucking happen at this point, because Volk is kind of old. Anyway, though, that is what it is. Good, sick KO. I picked Lauron Murphy to win. I got that underdog. My other underdog, Khamzat. Drakkar obviously lost to Khamzat. But anyway, let's move on. We flatlines Jeff Neal, and we are back, and we are rocking the pedo stash, and we are a new mythical fighter. Carlos Prates, we all love CP, and we were all hyped up to see CP get an explosive finish to get the bonus. Okay, I'll stop now. But no, Carlos Prates, I was so hyped about this. I was losing fucking hella money on this card. I'm like, dude, this is going disastrously for me. Fucking Askar sold. Susakaya was unable to get around 1 KO. Like, he low-key sold that shit. And all my, like, even though I lost, like, almost $200 on this card, I don't even care, bro. Just for that KO and just for the co-main, like, just those two spinning elbow KOs, like, that made that shit worth it. Carlos Prates was low-key getting tagged up a little bit, you know. He came out, like, more wide stance, not quite as Muay Thai style, looking like he was trying to control range a little bit more, was on the back foot a little bit more. Normally, he's very front foot oriented, looking to kind of come in and, like, land big shots as he crashes in, or, like, as you, like, run into him. He was a little bit more back foot, getting tagged up a little bit. I was like, oh, fuck's sake, don't look mid here, please lock in. And then, like, he got his reads pretty quick. You could kind of see the moment of round 1 where he then kind of locked in and, like, got his range. He's like, alright, I'm on to you now. And then he really started picking apart Neil at the end of the first round. And then I forgot the sequence of everything that happened. But, like, he was landing some good shots. Landed a spinning wheel kick, I believe, as well. It was pretty close. Like, was doing good. And then, yeah, end of the round, spinning elbow, top of the dome. And it was kind of delayed. Like, the Lauron Murphy one was, like, immediate. Like, oh, my God. This one was, like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, shit. He's just dead. And then, like, the round's over. So, buzzer beater KO in the first round. Nasty, nasty stuff. For CP, didn't take much damage. Called to turn around in Rio. Make it happen. CP in the co-main event. Charles Oliveira in the main event. This Rio card is for us. We will be there for the UFC Rio card, and that will be a left lane card, left lane fight night, you know, left lane channel fight night. If we get fucking Melky Costa on there, you know, we get a few other guys on there, we can definitely make that. Vinicius Oliveira get on there. We can make this a left lane community card, you know. But he called out Leon Edwards. I don't mind that fight. Seems like the UFC might want to do Leon versus Morales, but that rumor was a while ago. I don't know if Morales is trying to stay active, or if Leon's trying to stay active. He seems like he wants to fight once a year. So if not Leon, MVP said he'll do it. Fuck that. MVP, you stay at middleweight. I don't want Prates to get fucking, like, jumping jack, like, star jumps at range for 3 rounds and lose. Like, I'm not trying to see that shit. Because MVP just shies away from, like, actually engaging in combat. He's more content to just land, like, 1 strike every 45 seconds. He does it very effectively, and his movement's very good, but that fight would be very boring. So, I either do the Leon fight, do a Buckley fight maybe. I wouldn't mind a Morales fight either. Don't think that's the direction they'll go, but yeah, any of those, that's a good option. Anyone versus Prates really in Rio. Co-main event, make it happen. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Michael Venom Page. This is just MVP fights, but everyone's like, MVP's in his zone. This is the real MVP that we've been waiting to see. I'm like, this is literally just being MVP. He was like, the MVP that fought Kevin Holland would have beat this Cannonier as well. Like, this is just being MVP. He's not improving. He's just always like this. He's got shit grappling. Anyone who knows how to actually fucking shoot a double leg will beat him. Cannonier immediately won the entire 3rd round with control time as soon as he did grapple. But MVP, you know, as soon as he got it out in the open. MVP did a decent job of, like, getting under his base against the fence, but, like, against the, out in the open, he just can't get up. We saw Holland take him down. We saw Gary dominating the grappling. We saw Cannonier top control the whole time. His striking's elite, though. Like, no one's really going to beat him striking, but his style's just so goofy and so, like, low output. He's not going to land that much. So, like, if you just get in his face, you can kind of just pressure him and, like, start landing. Cannonier landed a couple, but he was just too... You're just watching, because MVP's just on the outside, real fluid, moving, and then, yeah, bang, he just gets caught. Like, I picked MVP by decision. He won a decision. I thought some people were picking MVP by KO. He did drop him once or twice, depending on if you think those were, like, clean knockdowns, but he definitely hurt Cannonier on a couple occasions. Overall, I'll say impressive, but, like, you kind of just should do that to Cannonier. You should outstrike Cannonier on the feet if you're considered an elite striker. But yeah, I don't know, MVP, make up your fucking mind. Don't ask and call out Prates and go down to welterweight. Like, dude, just stay here. You're not ranked at welterweight. You're like number 15 at welterweight. You're top 10 at middleweight. Stay there, please. Fight fucking, I don't know, the loser of Mavov Borrelli or something. Fight Izzy. Fight Strickland. I don't know. If he fought Strickland, that would actually, like, be the worst fight ever. But I'm honestly down to see it just for that. Battle of the awful parents, you know. Well, that's actually great marketing. Anyway, let's move on. Kaya Sakura vs Tim Elliott. Yeah, bro, this guy is sold. Kaya Sakura, I mean, like, Chase Hooper had already sold my parlay, so it was fine. Like, Asakura would have still, wouldn't have mattered. But this man fumbled so hard. Like, dude, you're just whooping up Tim Elliott on the feet. So much quicker, so much better than him on the feet. Tagging him up. Elliott's just doing goofy, doing all these weird movements for a whole lot of nothing. Like, a whole lot of taunting, a whole lot of bullshit for not a lot of any fucking success. And then at the end of the round, he gets Asakura down. Asakura kicks him in the fucking head. He just eats it. And then as soon as Elliot, like, Asakura's got no takedown defense. Like, dude, I don't know what he was doing. Put all his energy into round 1 striking explosivity, and then, yeah, grappling round 2. Yeah, no fucking chance, kid. I'd rather just fucking get guillotined. Fucking konnichiwa. Like, I'm arigato. Like, he just gets taken down. Elliot gets a lot of guillotines on a lot of people. But Asakura was trying to fight it for a little bit and just taps at the end of it. Just no grappling and submission defense. Like, I don't want to hear shit about people being like, bro, Pantoja's resume aging badly. Pantoja only fucking had to fight this guy because he just had no one to defend the belt against. When he goes out there and if he subs Joshua Van or beats Joshua Van, I don't want to hear shit about, bro, yeah, but the Urseg and the Asakura wins didn't age well. The Urseg and the Asakura wins were because there was no one else for him to fucking fight. Because Mikhaev got cut from the sport. Mikhaev got cut from the sport, and, like, who else was he going to fucking fight? So, I don't want to hear shit about that. He's literally got like 11 wins over the top 15. I don't want to hear shit. So I saw some bullshit about being like, yeah, Tim Elliott was DJ's title defense from like years ago, and he just beat Pantoja's title defense. It's like, that's the weirdest case of fucking MMA math ever. Like, and yeah, and Tim Elliott like made DJ look kind of mid and like gave him a bit of a struggle in that fight. Like, I don't know, that's the weirdest shit ever. Like, why are you even bringing up DJ anyway? Like, take his fucking dick out of your mouth. I get he does a fucking podcast with you, but like, hop off. Like, seriously. But no, anyway, Asakura, yeah, fuck, no grappling defense. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, Susakaya, or whatever the fuck his kid's name is, Jimmy. I was low-key hyped up for this guy. I was glazing. I was being like, we will be winning our second fight in 4 days. And he won, and he got a submission. This was the Jacoby Smith of the card, though. Biggest favourite of the card, hyped up prospect, undefeated. I bet him by round 1 KO. Like, I bet Jacoby Smith by round 1 KO against Nico Price. I had him by KO in so many... I had him round 1 KO as a bet, and I had, like, just KO in so many multis and parlays and shit. And I'm like, and then he looks mid and wins by round 2 submission. Exact same thing here. Looks mid. Nolan Loki be tagging this guy up. He's taunting again. Like, I'll excuse him, short notice, whatever. We'll judge him on his next fight. Probably a bit of pressure on him as well, but he gets it done by sub. He hurt him to the legs, and I was like, he had his legs gone, and I was like, please fucking kill this guy. And then, like, nope, he just grapples and then gets a sub. Like, I was like, oh, fuck off. But anyway, gets it done. Good win. I'm not going to jump off the hype train completely, but, like, he's 24. He's got a lot to work on. It is what it is. And then next up, Mikhail Olashechuk kills GM3. GM3 looked like he shouldn't have been in there. This was like Julian Arosa, Darren Elkins, kind of. Like, he just looked victim-like to punches. He got tagged once. I know Mikhail hits hard. Mikhail is not Francis Ngannou. Like, Mikhail should not have you jittering all over the fucking octagon after eating a jab. Like, I don't know what he was doing. It just looked like the Pyfer fight where he just shat the bed and just lost. Like, I don't know what. I think GM3 needs to activate his powers. He needs to be in the apex. Let's get GM3 back to the apex against fucking Ateba Gautier, and we'll see what he cooks up. Before that, the Lupi Godinez, Jessica Andrade, actually a pretty fun fight. I picked Lupi. She got it done by decision. Good job. I picked Mikhail as well by KO, obviously. And before that, we had Chase Hooper got fucking smoked. This dude lost to Alexander fucking Hernandez. Kid's a bum. I don't know. It was just annoying. Like, why didn't he grapple? The odds in hindsight were kind of crazy because Hernandez is a sort of tough stylistic matchup for him in terms of physical dude, KO potential. Hooper's striking defense is kind of ass. Before that, Edson Barboza fought Drakkar close. I thought this could have gone to Edson. I'm not going to say brutal robbery. First and close clearly won the second. First and third were both pretty close, so it's kind of like you can't really pinpoint which. You can't be like, yeah, Barboza clearly won this round, and it came down to this. Like, I gave in the first and third, but I'm not crying robbery from the rooftops. Speaking of crying robbery from the rooftops, that's what the fucking commentary were doing, because they were acting like Dione Barboza got absolutely hosed and brutally robbed against Karine Silva. This decision was read out, and the crowd was booing. This is motherfuckers acting like this was Jones Reyes, like this is some egregious fucking robbery, like some injustice has occurred. And I'm like, dude, Barboza won the first round, Karine Silva clearly won the third round, and the second round was pretty close. Barboza did fuck all. Like, not a bad decision in my opinion. UD for Silva. Like, I was expecting a split going into it, but like I was like, I can't be surprised by that, and no one should be. But no, they're just acting like it was the worst fucking decision ever. And then the first fight of the night was another fucking upset. This card had a few upsets. Big underdogs. Tim Elliott, Morales. Morales gets it done by a sub. I didn't watch tape. I know this is gonna sound like Hopi and shit. I'm like, okay, I don't care. Like, maybe if I'd watched tape, I probably still would have picked Alibi. He was a minus 500 favorite. But I'm like, oh, Kazakh dude, undefeated. Sure, I'll pick him to win. I genuinely did not watch tape for this. I checked the other guy's record and saw he lost a figure. I was like, whatever. He's probably just a UFC journeyman. Alibi's just looked very inexperienced in there. Decision making was terrible. Fight IQ was terrible. Spinning, doing all this dumb shit. Tough. I still think tough fights shouldn't count. So if we're talking my UFC record on this card, I went 7-4. Let's cope this, right? I went 7-4 without the tough fight because that's not an actual fight. If Barboza wins, razor close, whatever, I go 8-3, and then if Askar isn't retarded, I go 9-2. So like, if close decision and also a guy being retarded goes my way, the two fights I really just flat out got wrong was Hooper getting smoked and Drakkar losing. But I knew the Drakkar pick was a risk. I was going against the mold. Like, everyone seems to be picking Khamzat. I was like, fuck it, I'll be different, I guess. Not like be different. Like, I did think Drakkar was going to win. I didn't think Khamzat was going to win, but just pick Drakkar for the sake of it. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, I was hoping to believe. I was believing in the goof, Anyway, it is what it is. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your thoughts on the card were. It was very mid, I'll say, up until the 2 KOs. Like, because I was kind of thinking, like, this card hasn't been bad. Like, there hasn't been any stinkers. Like, the women's fight was like, First fight of the night was cool, finish. Barboza fight was like solid, finish in the Hernandez. The strawweight fight was good, KO, submission. So there were actually quite a few finishes on the card. Elliot, submission. The MVP fight was ass. And I'm like, we've had some finishes, but we haven't had any like highlight reels. Like, we had a submission. Hernandez finished Hooper, but it wasn't like a oh my god KO. It was kind of like, oh fuck, that was sad. And then Mikal beat up GM3, but it was kind of just a little like pathetic TKO because the guy's old and washed. And then Susakaya was underwhelming. Elliot got a sub, but it's like that Prates KO and then the Murphy KO really rived up the card. That's not even a word. Really like livened up the card going into the main event, which then kind of proceeded to be a bit of a letdown. Anyway,